Wipe this out here. But the plates that hold these pins in place on their pivots had those gross rotten felt on them, and to get the glue that was holding that gross rotten felt off, I just removed the whole plate and dipped it all in gasoline because it's a good solvent and this plate is metal. Now I just need to get this screw in, and I am sure that there's an official felt piece with a bit of double stick tape on the back that goes on here, but I have all these red felts, so I'm going to set one on there, and I'm going to actually put a tiny dab of glue on either side here. So that that felt stays put, and because of the way that felt works, if you ever need to remove it, you'll be able to just peel it off, and those metal pieces can get dipped in solvent as much as you want, basically. So alright, well, I'm apparently incapable of putting that screw in on camera, so we will finish that, and then tomorrow when all the glue is set, we'll be ready to do real testing. Okay, so remember our first stitch test of the 503? We were skipping one stitch occasionally on the left hand side. I looked, and Andy Tube said that this needle bar has 2 timing marks on it, and when you put it all the way down, you should be able to barely see the second mark, and I only see one as the needle goes up and down. That one mark is the only one I'm seeing, and when I pull the needle all the way up, I can see both marks above the spot there, so I'm going to have to loosen that and move it a little bit down. Alright, so when we lift the needle bar all the way up, you can see it's got 2 timing marks, and only the one is making it down out of the machine. So I'll have to loosen this bar, and I will fiddle with that until I get that right. Alright, very carefully have moved that, and you can see now it comes out, and that second timing line just barely appears. I did find it was easier to do that by unlocking the clutch on the machine, because that disconnects the motor, and then the whole mechanism does move on its own without the motor very nicely. Okay, we've got the cover here with a replacement pin and the original pin put back in it, and I think to get this back on we do need to remove the cover, or at least get the cover loose enough so that we can lift it up and slip the upper hinge on. So we'll just pop the whole thing off. And that way, yeah, okay. So the I feel like this cover should drop down a little more. Oh. I don't know, that might just be it. Let's set this top on. Nope, that cover needs to go down a little bit. So I need to figure out why it doesn't. There, okay. Just need a little pressure on it, okay. There, now it's slipped into place. Alright, and with this lid on, the tab to hold the cover in place will restrain it. So, pop these screws back in, and then that cover should be on, and we'll be able to do our next stitch test. Try out some cams with it. Because it's got all those stitch disc cams that fit on the top, and I have a box that came with this machine. There we go. So we'll do some more stitch tests.